possibly. Yeah, we do. Hi guys, and welcome back to On the Fence. So this is just going to be a really quick preview for the Champions League and Europa League fixtures that are to come. We're just going to look at the English teams, though. We're not going to go in depth into any other teams really, because none of them matter as much. And you know, I personally have got a great knowledge of European football. Mark probably does, but
yeah, I've got a great knowledge of English football,
obviously.
Pretty much, yeah. So, like I said, we're joined by Mark.
Mark, turn it off.
We're joined by Mark. We're joined by Joe, and we're joined by Jay.
Hello.
Thanks for having me. Thanks for coming on the show.
It's not a fucking show.
Well, it is a show, so let's just get started. Right, we're going to start with the first game on here, which is a 5-6 kickoff, which is quite weird, isn't it? Inter Milan versus Tottenham at the San Siro. Tottenham off the back of a defeat, two defeats in the Premier League. Coming into this is obviously on paper their easiest game because Inter Milan are the 4th seed in this group, but tough game for Tottenham, isn't it, Joe?
Yeah, but Inter Milan haven't started their season very well. I'm just trying to get their results up now so I can tell you. They lost 1-0 at home against Parma on, I think, Saturday. I can't quite remember.
Shipped themselves, so.
So, speak to someone else. I'm just trying to get the fixtures up.
Yeah, so as I was saying to Joe, Jay, Inter Milan on paper is a strong side, but this isn't the same Inter Milan from years ago that side used to fear, is it?
It's not. And did you know Tottenham are without Alderweireld and Trippier?
Are they?
Yeah, I said before on Sky Sports that they haven't gone over with the squad.
All right.
So
that's probably going to affect them in a big way, isn't it?
Exactly. Plus, is Lodi still out as well?
Probably, yeah.
Yeah, Lodi's is still out, and I'm assuming Dele Alli's still out.
See, so it's, all of a sudden it's a hard game, isn't it?
It's a very hard game, yeah.
Regardless of Inter Milan, San Siro still got an atmosphere on its day, on its own.
Yeah,
and it's the first time Inter Milan have been in the Champions League for quite a few years now, isn't it?
Yeah, so they're going to make a statement, aren't they? Especially in a group with Tottenham and
what a goal!
The other games being played simultaneously, isn't it? Barcelona facing off against PSV as well. So, Spurs need to get a win in this game, don't they, Mark? Because, Barcelona are probably going to beat PSV. So, if
I don't think Spurs should be that worried about this group. I think compared to some of the other groups they could have faced, I wouldn't be worried if Inter Milan and PSV.
Yeah.
PSV away will not be much less of a test than Inter Milan away. Inter Milan aren't that great. So,
well, I think it's important to note that last year, they had the holders of the Champions League and the 3-time, I think is it 3-time in a row winners, or 4 now, Real Madrid, in their group last year, and they dominated them at home, didn't they? So, Tottenham on the day can turn it on. So, if they can just find a way.
It's down to Tottenham, isn't it? I don't think it's not down to Inter Milan. Inter Milan are going to turn up and be excellent. It's down to Tottenham.
Yeah, no, that's a good point.
Tottenham haven't started the season great, though.
No,
but that's the point. If Tottenham play well, Tottenham will win quite comfortably. It's just up to Tottenham.
Yeah, no, we'll go on to score predictions then, dead quick. Jay, what are your predictions, mate?
1-1.
Okay. Joe, what are your predictions?
I fancy 2-1 Tottenham.
Okay. Mark, what do you think, mate?
3-1 Tottenham.
3-1. I'm going to go with 2-1 Tottenham as well. As well as the missing players in that team, I still think they're stronger than Inter Milan are. Like I said before, this isn't the same Inter Milan from years ago that struck fear into to teams. So
you've got good players. They made a lot of signings Inter Milan. They don't gel as a team, and I don't like the manager.
Do any of you think? I mean, I've titled this video "Which English team will conquer Europe?" Do you think Tottenham are up there for a shout of maybe going on and winning the whole thing, or what?
I think they might be happy just getting past the second knockout stage, or the first knockout stage, rather. They should have went through last season against Juventus, and they blew up within a 5-minute spell at home at Wembley. And they had some really good opportunities late on to equalise and potentially go through.
Yeah.
But this is Tottenham's is a third succession time in Champions League now, and
yes,
they've kind of built a good momentum going into these tournaments, and why not? Why can't they go a bit further? But I think they're still quite short.
Yeah,
squad-wise.
Well, to be fair, do you not think this is a competition that suits Tottenham? I don't think they're going to win the Premier League. Obviously, they tend to rest players in the FA Cup and League Cup. This could be a competition where they could sort of realised their potential really over the last few years, and maybe a bit
Jay,
like
stop
Liverpool last year. Liverpool are
Sorry,
obviously
mate.
focusing on the league.
Go on, mate. Carry on.
Who, me or Jay?
Yeah. It's Jay was being rude and eating chocolate or something.
I'm
Oh,
having
God, so
digestives.
I'll be eating chocolate soon, so thanks, Jay.
No worries, mate.
No, I think obviously I think they'll do well in the league. They'll finish top 4, but they're not going to win it, are they? So,
Well, they're up there. I mean, any of the English sides have got a chance of winning it because if you comparatively with the rest of the teams in the Champions League with squad wise, I think they've all
the
got
English
as good a
clubs
squad.
can beat anyone. I think the only problem, Pochettino over 2 legs. He doesn't seem the greatest cup manager, to be honest.
Do you think England are missing a trick here? Not England, the national team. England as in the continent, where
Continent.
not the continent.
Geography not your strong point, no.
It was me. Miss Bones never liked me.
England the city. Go on.
Yeah. Do you think maybe we're kind of falling short here because in our league we've got possibly some of the best managers in the world in our league. Some of the best sides in the world in our league, and we're not making that count in the Champions League because it's only really last season. It was 2 sides got to the quarterfinal. That was Liverpool and City. Everyone else went out before that, which is a massive disappointment for them.
Do you not think the reason for that is the English league is so competitive?
Well, yeah,
clubs like PSG, Bayern, of course, have got the extra sort of. They can focus on the Champions League. They can rest 11 players.
Yeah, no, it's a great point to be fair, and it's obviously it's a topic for a wider perspective. I'm sure of it. Why is it English sides aren't doing well in the Champions League?
Well, also the Premier League is not. The FA lost the rights in the 1992, so the FA.
Fucking hell, Mark! I thought you said you wanted this to be done.
What I'm saying is the Spanish FA. If Real Madrid have got a Champions League game, they help them in terms of the league fixture.
Whereas it seems like our FA kind of go against us, don't they?
So exactly, the Premier League will do it for the TV, not for the club's benefit.
You'd rather the entertainment than the winning factor. I get you.
Plus, how early on was the Premier League back after the World Cup? There was about a 3 week break after the World Cup, and we were back in action in the first week of August, which could have easily been pushed back another 2 weeks and have a longer summer off.
Yeah, no,
it wouldn't work simply because of the fixture context. No other league in Europe plays this amount of games without a winter break.
Yeah. Well, we'll move on. We'll move on anyway because we're talking about how far teams can go. We'll go to a team that did get to the final last year and were beaten obviously in the end by Real Madrid, Liverpool. Our group now consists of PSG, Napoli, and Red Star Belgrade. I mean, when the fixtures first come out, I was a little bit hesitant, but now the way we've played the first few games of the season, I'm quite confident. And we've got PSG tomorrow in this game. It's going to be possibly the game of the round, maybe the game of the group stage, depending on other results and stuff like that. But this has got all the makings of being a really classic Champions League tie, hasn't it, Mark?
Yeah, honestly, I couldn't agree more. I think it probably, out of all the group teams in every group, I think it could be the game of the group stages.
Yeah.
PSG have obviously. They're not used to high intensity games. They play maybe 3 or 4 sort of elite teams a year.
Yeah.
I think Liverpool, the way they play similar PSG to Liverpool. Tuchel plays similar to Klopp, but obviously Klopp's had 3 years in charge. He's had 6 games, so I think Liverpool could really come on top in this game.
I think the dynamic of it's their front 3 versus our front 3, as such, I think that'll be a big deciding factor in the game. Of course it will be because.
Would you not think the deciding factor will be our defense versus their defense?
Well, yeah, who defends better against the front 3? Whatever you want to say, that's who's going to kind of come out on the other end of that battle, isn't it? I can see this being a tight 2-1, or I can see this being like a 4-4. To be honest, that's as far as this game can go, really. What do you think of the game in prospect, Jay?
I think it'll be a good game, but I think it's got the potential to be one of them. That's fucking balls I like that here as well, where both teams might be a bit overly cautious and not.
Do you think?
Yeah.
I don't think either team can do that.
First game of the group. Chances are the 2 years are going to go and beat Napoli and Red Star. So it's not like it's fucking.
Well,
you've got the rest of the group games to fucking recover if it's a draw or fucking whatever.
I think you've got a great point there, but I think the point that that I will disagree with is the Napoli thing. I still think Napoli are a great side, and I think maybe one of the reasons why this game could be a cagey affair is because Napoli probably will win against Red Star Belgrade. I know it's away, but they're probably going to.
I think Napoli any of the year have been one of the best teams in Europe.
Yeah, but then if Red Star are going to get a result at home, it's going to be against Napoli. Do you not agree with that?
No, I could agree. Yeah, no, I see where you're coming from. Like I do.
I don't think Red Star are going to come out this group without the point because you always have them where they pick up at least one point.
No, I agree with that, but I think any other year Napoli will be a threat. I think under Ancelotti's played Liverpool twice in the last 2 years, only in friendlies, of course, but his teams tend to play so slow. They lack creativeness, they lack ideas.
Yeah. Plus, you're lacking Firmino, aren't you? Is he out?
Well, he could be, but I mean, yeah. And I think, to be honest, as important as Firmino is to Liverpool, I do think we could get through this game without him. I think what we've done this season, this summer, is we've added in the positions that we've needed, and as far.
I think there's only 2 players we can't replace. I think it's Van Dijk and Firmino. I think it's a big miss if he's out.
Well, it remains to be seen. I think we'll still have the pace in our side that we've got on wide and stuff. You know what I mean? Yeah.
Yeah, maybe.
Well, Mignolet come in and do a great job.
Who's if Firmino does misses out, who would you most like to see replacing?
Well, me and Mark spoke about this. Yeah, I'd like to see Shaqiri maybe come in and maybe push Salah into the 9 and have Shaqiri out wide. Because he does a bit more of the work. The bit more of the dogged work than Salah does. Or maybe just put Shaqiri into that 9 role and replace it Firmino because he is that kind of number 10 player, the one that drops in deep like a Coutinho-esque player.
Why not Sturridge?
Well, I can tell you for a fact, Sturridge will not start that game, even if Firmino's out.
I think
Sturridge
came on for 5 minutes against Tottenham, and in 5 minutes he refused to press.
Yeah, I think the intensity of this game will be way too much for Sturridge, to be honest. As much as I love Sturridge and I want him to get back to the Sturridge of old, I just think the intensity of the game's gone way past him now.
Our false 9 is our most important position in terms of pressing.
Yeah.
That the false 9 starts the press. So
yeah,
what someone who's responsible to start the press.
So what do you think about this game as well, Joe? I'll come to you. We haven't spoken to Joe yet.
Because I don't really want to speak about this game. No, I think Liverpool will run all over PSG.
You think?
I think it'll be similar to how you played at home against
the way you say that.
No, I think it would be like one of them nights where you had in the knockout games at home.
Yeah, I hope so.
In the Champions League last season, and when you just come out the blocks in the first half against Man City and Roma, I can see it being like another one of them games. But maybe these have got a better front 3 to hit use on the counter attack as well. But just your physicality all over the park, I think, will dominate PSG.
I think you're right, Joe.
Yeah.
So I can't see you coming out the block. I think you are going to be just as wary of their front 3 as they are of you. That's why I think it could be easily be a boring game.
I think away at PSG where the pitch is more expansive and open, I think you've got a great point there. We might be more cautious, but in this game, I just think at Anfield, we the incentives on us to go and win the game, and
the fans won't let us sit.
Yeah,
neither team will be allowed to sit. It's going to be one of them games where even if we're both cautious, it won't end up a tight game.
Do you know what? I think if Cavani turns up, I think they'll beat her.
Well, he's probably their most important player for the press, the way they play under Tuchel.
He seems to be the one who goes unnoticed, though, because they always talk about Mbappe and Neymar, and he always goes unnoticed, Cavani, and whenever I watch him, he's always the one who does that. I think
it's the same with Firmino.
He's like Benzema for Real Madrid. Yeah. He's like the key to unlock the wide plays.
Yeah, it's interesting to say that.
Salah and Mane, you can replace their speed. You can't replace Firmino's intelligence and his hard work.
I don't think you can really replace their speed because who have we got in the ranks behind them?
But you know what? I think if we miss maybe Salah tomorrow, I'd be less worried than Firmino if we miss Salah.
Yeah, I think that's maybe indicative of the fact of how I say poorly, but how averagely Salah's started the season. He hasn't really got up to speed yet. I think Mane is Jay mentioned this as well for weeks before prior to now. How Mane is probably our best player so far, and maybe he has been all along, which I tend to agree with. So. I think you can definitely replace Salah. I'm not too sure about Firmino. It depends on obviously how well whoever comes in and does. But Mane is the man really, isn't he? So we'll move on to score predictions. Mark, what do you think for this game, mate?
4-2 Liverpool.
4-2 Liverpool. Okay. Joe, what do you think?
3-1 Liverpool.
Okay. Jay?
If Cavani turns up, 2-1 PSG. If not, I think you'll blow them away. I think 3-1 Liverpool.
I like the sound of this, but this has always come back and haunt us, especially now Jay said it. Everything Jay said the past few weeks has come back to bite him on the arse against West Ham anyway.
Next week we're going to be making a video
Let's not
about how
fucking talk about West Ham.
Two goals against the promoted team.
I absolutely agree. I agree, Jay. Let's not talk about it here, but if anyone wants to see that, go to the last video on the channel where we reviewed the Premier League when Everton got beat by West Ham. I'm gonna go 3-1 Liverpool as well, to be fair. I mean, I'm hoping it's we kind of keep the score down, but I know PSG are going to get goals because, they're a good side. So, as long as we can just, it's so Michael Owen-esque, but if we can score more than them, that's great.
Someone's left a comment.
Yeah, it's Lewis says Liverpool or Juventus. I think that's for which team will go all the way. He says maybe Liverpool or Juventus.
I don't think Liverpool this year.
I think if you're going to go for the Prem, I don't think you're going to do anything in the Champions League.
Okay.
No, I think it depends on where you start.
I think we'll have a decent tournament. I just think, if you're focusing on the Prem, even without realising, your focus does drift from the Champions League, especially if we did so well last year.
I think the only team capable of going all the way in both competitions is Man City, and that's obviously a given. To be honest.
I think PSG,
I mean, sorry, I was on about the English side, but yeah, PSG.
PSG are going to win their league, aren't they? So the problem with PSG, when they get to the later rounds and play elite teams, they're just not used to the intensity.
We said this everyone was talking about this last year, how PSG were going into this full of confidence, and Real Madrid, they weren't playing very well, just battered them, home and away, really.
Can I just ask, how would you feel if you finished third in the group and went into Europa League?
I'd
rather finish fourth. I'd hate it.
Well, because if you drop, for instance, if you did drop into that competition, wouldn't you just fancy yourselves to win it?
I would, yeah, but
that competition is useless at the minute for us.
Yeah,
what's the point?
Yeah, well,
is any competition
money wise and just for
the want to finish in the top four? So what's the point? I don't really care about the Europa League trophy. But for Liverpool fans, the Europa League pointless, especially after we've done so well in the Champions
Tango
League.
Nonce didn't think that a few years ago, did he?
Oh,
no, it was Fanta Nonce, weren't it? Remember him, Jay?
Fanta
Nonce.
Well, with an abscess on his neck.
Just there was a Liverpool fan, and he was getting interviewed before the game.
Oh no!
And he had a bottle of Fanta, and he was going, "Oh, you Evertonians and all this and that." And then there was a fight outside the stadium, I think, or inside the stadium, and he was getting decked. And there was a picture of him.
Is it the bald fella? Is he like the big bald fella?
Yeah, I think I can remember. Yeah,
I think it was Europa League final, wasn't it? He got fucking his head.
Against him.
I've seen loads of like Twitter handles with pictures of him getting his head punched in it. So, but like with his head like back like that. Oh, so we'll move on anyway because we just mentioned Man City. Arguably the team with maybe the easiest.
Danny, it's 10 past. Hurry up.
We'll fucking stop talking then. We'll move on to City because possibly, they're the side with the easiest group in the Champions League out of the they're facing Lyon at home. It's a banker, isn't it, really, Jay?
Are they home or away?
Home.
Jay, fucking listen.
To be fair, mate, I wasn't going to listen to a word he said. City, Lyon, in it, at home.
Yeah.
Yes.
Fucking hell. We'll go 4-0 City.
4-0, okay. I mean, I was asking for a bit more of like analysis.
Mark's fucking craving Maltese about it.
Dairy milk.
Okay, Joe, what do you think of this game in prospect, mate? Do you think it's just going to be a walkover for City?
I think it will be a bit more than a walkover. I think Man City will have to work for this result, and especially to try and keep a clean sheet. Lyon have got some decent players. They've got two.
Some players' knees don't work as well.
You're making some good sense today, Joe. What's up?
Well, I'm always sense.
Joe,
sense.
To be fair, I actually think 3-1. I don't think 4-0, but I was just trying to get my predictions.
No, Man City should have enough to control this game. It should be a routine win, really. But no, that didn't make any sense. Mark, you just threw me off.
I get what you mean. No, it should be a routine win for Man City, but it's not exactly going to be that easy. Players, haven't they?
What?
Don't say it again. Just carry on. No, I get what you mean, Joe. I do. It's not a given that City are just going to turn up and win because in Europe it's a different ball game.
Yeah, it's different. It's
Leon aren't going to come and just roll over like.
Leon got to the Europa League final last season. Did he? Or was it Marseille? Oh no, it was Marseille. Sorry.
I think it was Marseille.
Yeah, it was Marseille. Leon played us last season. That's where he was getting that from in the Europa League.
They've got some speed on the counter. They've
got some pace with Dubai. And is a big thing.
Joe.
What?
Joe, just. I don't know what to say to you, mate.
Mark, fucking shut up. You're taking the piss.
You keep on interrupting me, and I'm losing me thoughts.
Considering you're the one who wants to go, Mark.
Fucking hell. This is why we need to do this in a room, because I don't know if someone else is going to talk over me like Mark always fucking does.
Right, okay.
He's on the TV at the minute.
I'm talking to Joe. If anyone interrupts, you're getting fucking removed.
Mute yourself, Mark. I'm waking up a sweat.
Fucking remove yourself off the fucking planet.
No, it should be a routine. Oh, fucking hell.
Right, score prediction, Joe, please.
3-1 City.
Thank you. Mark, what do you think? Give me a score prediction.
Mark. Jay.
Hello.
Prediction.
No, he's giving me
I never said 4-0, but I meant 3-1.
Oh. Where's Marcus? Come on.
I think Birch and Traore will get a goal for Leon, but other than that, yeah. I think City will win.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, I'm inclined to go the same. I'm going to say maybe it's just a 2-0 to Man City. I agree. Leon have got a lot on the counter, so I think City might go into this game a bit more wary, but still going to win it, I think, anyway.
Plus, Leon haven't got off to a great start either in their league.
You got their league table up there, Joe?
No, I'm just looking at the results. They've lost.
Quick question, and I'm really just playing devil's advocate here when I say it, but do you read too much into how teams have played in the league, or do you think maybe the Champions League comes out as a distraction to some teams, that aren't doing so well?
It's all about confidence, really, isn't it?
Yeah,
going into the Champions League,
isn't it?
Yeah. It's like when you go into a cup game, it's that relief of a different kind of fixture, a change of sort of scenery, go and do a different sort of job and try out different tactics. I don't know. I mean, there's always that chance of mixing it up. So you could see some mad results in this first round because, why not? It's the fucking Champions League, isn't it? Yeah. So we'll move on anyway. Mark Goldbridge is going to be fucking loving this because Man United boys away.
By the way, I do think Leon will score.
Okay.
At least a couple.
What was your prediction?
A couple.
I think it could be 3-2, 4-3.
Yeah, give me your prediction, Mark. What do you think of the game, Man City versus Leon?
Leon will sit, be quite compact. That will suit them in League One. They have to come out and play. They won't have to do that. As Joe rightly said, they've got 3 very pacey forwards. Game suits them. Well, both of you said that. You're both right.
I sort of fit.
Leon. I think City will have enough, like Danny said, but I think it will be a good game to watch, actually, for the neutral.
It won't be a walkover, will it? That's what I'm pretty much saying. So anyway, Young Boys against Man United, away in Switzerland. Sorry, Joe, what do you think?
I know very little about the team Man United playing. see the way I didn't say that because I knew that you would have interrupted me.
Joe, how do you feel about Young Boys?
Shut up.
Mark, I know how you feel about young boys and young girls.
Under the age of 11 and Joe's happy.
Jay, keep your kid away from Mark.
all I can say is that we actually played young boys a few seasons ago in the Europa League, and they have a AstroTurf pitch.
And that fucking Guilherme Juarão up front. Fucking hell, stars of that bastard.
Just a bit of trivia, very sad, really quickly. This will only really take effect with me and Mark because it's Liverpool. But do you remember when we played them in the Europa League? And I think
Shelby scored, yes.
And we had Osama Saidi, Danny Pacheco was playing and stuff like that. What a fucking time to be alive!
That's when we wanted to win the Europa League.
5-2, I think it was. We won in the end, wasn't it? And they had Bobadilla, who scored 2 goals. I think Carragher was in that game as well.
Was that in a knockout game or?
No, that was the first game of the group stage.
Yeah.
think we beat them 4-1 away and beat them 3-1 at home.
Yeah, I think
Lukaku scored the hat-trick against them.
Yeah.
I think we narrowly beat them at Anfield, I think, to be honest. I think Joe Cole, Joe Cole scored.
It looks to be a nice surrounding up in Switzerland, wherever they play.
Yeah.
So I couldn't give you, but it seems to be quite nice scenery.
For United, but they don't want to pick up any injuries. That's the problem, playing on that pitch.
So what's your score prediction, Joe? Sorry.
I think United should win this comfortably. I'll say 4-0. I think Lukaku will take these to shreds. No
potential for United to get fucking done? No?
Nah, I think they'll have too much United.
I don't know why I swore, that was a bit vulgar. I'm so sorry. Jay, what's your prediction?
I think United, but I don't think it'll be a convincing win. I think maybe a 2-1.
Okay.
I don't think they'll blow them away, but I think they'll just have enough.
Yeah. Mark, what do you think, man?
They're not going to drop points. Hopefully they drop a few injuries. 2-0.
Okay.
What a horrible thing to say.
Oh, fuck off, Jay. 2-0 United, I'm going to say. 2-0 United.
They're coming off the back now of, is it 3 wins now?
Yeah.
2 wins in the league, and it's all about confidence going into the weekends for them.
Interesting question. Does Mourinho completely rotate because it's only young boys, or does he go full strength just to try and get that first win?
You go full strength.
I think he'll go full strength.
Okay. I mean, I don't know who they got next in the Champions League. In the Premier League, but I can't be asked checking either. So we'll move on anyway. So that's the Champions League side of it. We'll move to Europa League while Joe finds out who Man United got next. For Chelsea and Arsenal, respectively, we'll start with Chelsea. They've got
Man United are at home against Wolves.
Okay, fair enough. PAOK against Chelsea up in Greece. Mark, what do you think?
Thank you for coming to me first.
Yeah, don't worry. You've got better knowledge of your
foreigner. About
you're the foreigner in this group.
Yeah, he hasn't. He just fucking plays footy manager.
He
doesn't actually.
About 8 years ago, as you call PAOK, they had a very decent team. And
did I say the name
right? Yeah, I'll give you it.
Thanks, mate. Yeah.
So, in fact, I think they got to the semi-finals of the Europa League a couple of years ago, but they're a different team now. Chelsea should wipe the floor with them.
Mark, what do you feel about Brexit and how it's going to affect your life?
Well, I nearly got kicked out of the country, as you know, Danny.
I hope you fucking do. This podcast has to be about fucking half an hour shorter.
So you mean it'll be 2 minutes long? Okay. Move on.
Jay a chance to speak then, he just ignored you.
Yeah, no, I know, yeah. So, Mark, what's your prediction for the game, score-wise?
Score-wise, I don't know. To be honest, surprisingly, I actually don't know that much about PAOK at the minute. I wouldn't really be able to tell you who they had up front. Probably 4-0.
Probably a striker. That's me guess.
Chuba Akpom up front.
4-0 to PAOK.
In fact, I think you are right, Jay.
I am fucking right. I know for a fact I'm fucking right.
Who did you say, Jay?
Chuba Akpom. Don't need to play for Arsenal.
Yeah, he's there. Alexander Pravovic. I don't know how you pronounce it, to be honest.
El Kadori's there as well.
Well, the Greek teams are not as powerful as they used to be, for obvious reasons.
The recession in Greece, isn't it? The credit crunch.
And also the fact that presidents run on the pitch with guns and get the league suspended.
I haven't got a clue about foreign football, but sometimes it makes me wish I'm glad. Joe, what do you think?
I can see Chelsea rotating a bit.
Yeah.
But I think they will handle it as Arsenal did last season and as United did the season before last.
Yeah.
Where if they lose a few games in this group stage, they should really have enough to already get through.
Well, they go into this game as a Premier League leaders at the minute, don't they? Top of the league by 1 goal. So maybe they've got a bit of a, just keep going on that winning momentum because it'll keep them going in the league, maybe.
Yeah, they should win this comfortably. It shouldn't be. I'm not sure how the atmosphere will be at their stadium, so it should be a comfortable win. I'll say 4-1 Chelsea.
Okay. And then finally, Jay, what do you think about Chelsea versus PAOK?
Yeah, I think Chelsea will win. I think even if they do rotate the whole 11, they've still got a good enough side to beat them. I mean, you'll have Drinkwater will be involved, and Purdue.
Barkley, maybe, stuff like that, yeah.
Yeah. Maratta, if these are to go, Maratta up front. So they've still got a strong enough squad. William might start, so I expect Chelsea at least 3-0.
You've got the world record goalkeeper, so, they've got to do well, haven't they?
Say his name, Danny.
Kepa Arrizabalaga.
Overrated.
Shite.
Did I pronounce it all right? Like,
It was, yeah. I mean, I don't think you're going to get any better than that, Danny. Well done.
were you
Fucking
surprised?
hell, it's like being on a fucking podcast with Rosetta Stone, this. Fucking hell.
Okay, last game.
Ask me the question.
Last game, we move on to Arsenal versus, I'm going to butcher this name, Vorskla.
As DT would say. As
these
DT
might
would
sound
say. No, as Troops would say. Fam. Cunt. What a cunt he is.
Okay, so, Joe, what do you think of this game?
I've no idea who they are, to be honest.
Arsenal, well, there's some side, there's some six last year.
I can only give you a prediction on this game.
That's what I'm asking for, mate.
Okay, I thought you wanted me to go a bit more in depth.
Do what you want.
Arsenal 4-1.
Okay, Mark.
I
can see Leno starting.
You can see who?
Leno, yeah,
Leno.
actually, I was going to ask.
It'd be a shocking if he didn't start. If he doesn't start this game, then the service is wrong.
If he doesn't start this game, what game does he start, to be honest?
Against Everton, because he'll have a worldie and he'll be able to play out from the back.
Correct.
Yeah. Someone else for us to look forward to in the Premier League review next week.
6-1 Arsenal.
Shite.
What, against Everton or against that team?
Against the team that you can't say.
That's it. Okay. Jay, what's your score prediction or any thought on the game?
They're actually Ukrainian.
Okay.
5th in the Ukrainian league at the minute.
Okay.
Do with that information what you will, but I think Arsenal will probably win.
I'll probably just ignore it, but I want your prediction.
Fair enough. I'll go Arsenal. Are they at home or away, Arsenal?
Home at the Emirates.
Jay.
What are you fucking saying?
Fight.
But-
Fight.
Well,
Holy nonsense. I'm going to go for Arsenal 3-0.
Okay. I'm going to go Arsenal 3-1. That wraps up the predictions. Wraps up predictions. We'll just move really quickly into, like I said at the start of the show, who do we think will be the team that wins the Champions League? And then we'll move on to Europa League. Actually, we'll do Europa League first. Who do we think are the shoe-in for Europa League or, if any?
I don't think we should predict this because teams from the Champions League dropped down, and it just
out of Arsenal and Chelsea, do you think any of them have got a chance of winning?
I think Chelsea will take it probably less serious than Arsenal.
I think Arsenal will win it.
I think Unai Emery's won 3 times in a row, so he's got he's got the most experience in that tournament to go all the way.
I think Sevilla won it 3 times. I don't know if he won it 3 times. I think he won it twice.
And if
Unai Emery won it 3 times.
As soon as Napoli dropped down into that competition last season, Sarri just took the piss and didn't care about it. So that says a lot as well.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, but that's because the likes of Napoli, they know they're in Champions League next year. Whereas
because they win a title race,
if
Chelsea win a title race, they won't care about it.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So if Arsenal won Champions League next season, they're going to have to go for this. Plus,
I think Arsenal take this seriously.
All right, for now.
He did win it 3 times in a row.
Did he? Okay.
Yeah.
Thanks, Statman Joe.
Thank you.
Okay, we'll move on to them. We'll move on to the Champions League. Which English side do we think can go all the way in the Champions League, if any?
If any, City.
City.
Do I think any of them will? No.
Do you not think? So who do you think is going to maybe take the Champions League crown this year?
I think the final will be Barca versus PSG, and I think Barca will win it.
Okay.
I don't know. You can predict the 2 teams in the final so confidently.
The finals held
Clinical Firmino did it last year, and he's fucking spot on until Liverpool got beat.
I think Liverpool are the most suited team for the Champions League knockout, the way it works. However, I think City will take it a lot more seriously because this is what they want to win this year. So I could see City going far. Juventus have built their whole side for the Champions League.
To be honest, I was going to ask you all about Juventus because no one seemed to have said them, straight away. Because a lot of the mainstream are talking about how Ronaldo is going to deliver the Champions League to Juventus. Is it that clean cut? Do you really think he's going to be the one?
They bought Ronaldo for the Champions League. They don't care about Ronaldo.
They should have fucking signed Gareth Bale because he won them last year.
They can win Serie A without Ronaldo.
They should have signed Karius for the opposition fucking side.
Exactly. There you go.
Can I just say how fucking disgusting was Douglas Costa on the
weekend?
I
haven't even seen. I've heard about it.
Dirty bastard.
How did he not get sent off for the fucking headbutt?
I'm just
like elbow.
Fucking Craig Pawson at it again.
I want to have a look at it while you talk.
Okay. He spat inside the other player's mouth.
And elbowed him and fucking headbutted him as well.
I think I only saw like the highlights on Twitter of it, but it seemed to be foul.
Has anyone seen Moyes' comment yet that I mentioned yesterday?
Yes, you told us yesterday.
No, I know, but have you seen the clip?
Yes, I saw it before I went the game.
What's this, Moyes?
Did you find it funny?
Do you know he said the same 2 years ago?
I thought it was probably a bit too much. But if he said,
I thought he was on crack.
If he said Champions League, I would have agreed with him. Because in the last 4 or so seasons, we've never had a striker. And we were always finishing 6th, 5th, 6th.
I got his point. I agree with you. But I mean, to say that he would have been challenging for the league was just stupid.
But was Lukaku at Everton when Moyes was manager?
No, Martinez brought him in on loan originally and then signed him the second season.
For 28.2 million.
Good signing, that one.
I heard, actually, that's quite interesting. I heard that I think it was the Toffee TV lads, I might be wrong though, talking about how it was Tim Cahill that invented the false 9 role.
That's interesting. To be honest, without really researching it, that sounds pretty. It's not accurate that he was the first player. But
it's not far off though, is it? Because
you mean,
like the runs from deep and all shit like that. Because he was always a later arriver in the box, when he. But for his size as well, he was at he was good in the air. Very good.
I wouldn't have had him as a false 9, but I had him more of a second striker.
Yeah. Football wasn't the same.
Who did he play behind? Who did he play behind?
Well,
Louis Saha, Yakubu, Velios, James Vaughan, Anachibi,
Jelavic.
No, we never actually had a fully fit striker for more than a season under Moyes. It was we had Yakubu for 1 season. I think he scored like 20 odd goals. Then he got injured. And he was out. That was his Everton career over.
I just want to say I'm so disappointed that I've asked you to fill time and in a Champions League and Europa League fucking discussion show we're talking about Everton.
You brought it up.
I didn't bring it up.
You brought Tim Cahill.
It was Mark that brought fucking David Moyes up though. Who had the bad elbow that way.
I was trying to pass some time so Danny could look, but he still hasn't looked.
I am looking, sorry. Give me 1 sec.
Canal, Danny.
I'm gone.
But remember, Jay, in that when we went to that
in 20 minutes.
FA Cup final.
He's a horrible little dickhead, isn't he?
Can you two fucking shut up? Joe's trying to talk.
We went to that FA Cup final in Oman without Jagielka, without Yakubu, without Arteta, without a fucking goalkeeper who could fucking save shots from 40 yards.
Didn't you score inside like 13 seconds?
Louis Saha, he did.
25 seconds.
Is that still the fastest goal in the FA Cup final? That?
Yes.
What did you win for it?
Saying that, I don't know why I know this. This is quite sad. This is typical of me. There was someone who claimed in the 1909 final there was a goal inside.
Fucking
Mark's gone back. Yesterday.
I remember the time they were on Fox Sports. And
it was 15 years ago at
Charlton. They weren't officially proven.
Mark, how old are you?
On my birth sticker it says I'm 21, but I'm Nigerian, so you never know.
Yesterday was 15 years ago at Charlton with Alan Carbersley.
Do you not remember that?
Today it was 92 over the FA and the Premier League rights or whatever it was. And now 1908.
Well, you don't have to be 40 years old to know about football 40 years ago, do you? Do some research.
Have you discovered porn though, seriously?
I think we should wrap up.
Yeah, we should wrap
up.
We
always wrap up.
Yeah.
Well,
you never mean.
Well, yeah, Craig.
Take my own advice on that one.
Right, you know what time it is.
Joe, any music?
What's the incident yet, Danny? Or we just
it's just be banned. He's a little knobhead. This doesn't matter how good he is at football. If you're going to do shit like that, then you don't even deserve to play football. Get all your wages.
That wasn't worth the wait. That wasn't worth the wait.
You absolute disgrace. I'm not even going to say anymore because I'll end up being racist.
Views on Luis Suarez.
What?
Should we talk about Carlisle?
What did Jay say? Sorry.
Views on Luis Suarez.
He's a twat.
He's a phenomenal football player, and he deserves where he is in life.
Interesting.
He's coming to the end of his career. He's lost his legs.
Yeah.
Carry on. Just asking people's views on it.
Okay. Joe, what are your views on Duncan Ferguson, Jay?
Roberto Firmino.
Man on Duncan Ferguson.
Firmino came into Argos last year.
I think it's a bit embarrassing that he's classed as a club legend. Maybe an icon, but not a legend.
Who?
Duncan Ferguson. Joe.
Sorry.
Come on.
Joe, what do you want me to do? Do you want to sing?
Sexual music.
Can I go to the shop?
Yeah, go on. You can go to the shop.
Are we still on air?
I'm waiting for Joe to give me a song.
Fucking hell.
Fucking hell, Joe.
Joe, come on.
I'm ready to press play.
Come on,
let's fucking press it then.
No copyright involved. Thanks for watching the show. Leave a like down below if you like the video. Let us know your comments on any of the topics we discussed. Thanks for watching.
Follow us on Twitter.
Yeah, do that down below in the description. Bye.